Hello first grade. Today we're going to be doing a continuation of capacity, but today we're going to be comparing the capacity of two objects against each other. Let's get started. For instance, say we had one box, and then this one box can contain 15 shirts. We'll put S for shirts. And then we have another box, and this one can contain about 7 shirts. So the question would be, which object or which box, for instance, has a bigger capacity or the capacity to hold more objects within it? Now, if you went ahead and said the one that contains 15 objects or 15 shirts for this instance, you'd be correct. Because if we wanted to be packing shirts into boxes, we want the one that can hold the most, because then we get to use less boxes but fit more things into one box. So if we're fitting, say if we have 30 shirts, then we can use 2 boxes of the 15 rather than 3 or 4, maybe even 5 boxes for the 7 container one. Another example would be if you had a dresser, and this dresser, you can contain 8 books, and in this dresser it can contain 12 books. Which one would you say has the greater capacity? Or for this instance, let's use which one holds the least amount of capacity within itself. If you said 8, you'd be correct, because 8 is less than 12. Therefore, this bookshelf contains less books, and it couldn't hold the full 12. If we had a set of 12 books, we couldn't hold them all on this one shelf. We would need to use a shelf that contains 12. Or if we had maybe 2 shelves, we could fit 8 on one and then 4 on the other one. So that's just getting you to think about capacity. Thank you. Hello second grade. Today we're going to go over capacity, and today we're going to be using different measurements like cup, pint, quart, gallon to use these measurements in order to do little problems that I have set up. Let's get started. Okay, so from the little chart you can see, if you had water filled up to this line, it'd be a cup of water. If you had it filled to this line, it'd be a pint of water. If you had it filled up to this line, it'd be a quart of water. And if you had it filled up to this line, it'd be a gallon. So now I'm going to do some problems, and you're going to tell me which one is it. So the first cup is right here, and it's filled about 75%. So based on the chart, where do you think it would go based on the water percentage we have? Now if you said pint, you'd be almost close but not quite right. If you said quart, you'd be on the money. Since it's about 75% of the way, it'd be a quart, because as you can see, if we use these as percentages, 25%, 50%, 75%, and then the full 100% is a gallon. So since this is about 75, that'd be a quart. Now, if I showed you this one and filled it up to here, which is about 25%, what would you say? Now if you said a cup, you'd be correct. Since the 25% that I just mentioned, I said again that this cup is only filled 25% of the way. Now if we do this cup and we fill it all the way up, what would you say? About a gallon. Just for this, a cup can't hold a gallon, but just for this instance, since it's a full cup, we would say it's a gallon since it's 100%. And lastly, if it's 50% of the way, then we would go ahead and call that a pint. Thank you.